Bloody stupid, I've got a bobble in my eye. Oh, hello, this is the penultimate day of Vlogmas. Who knew it would come around so quickly? It has just flown by because so much has happened in this time. No, I think today it is Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is usually the night that I and the wife, me and the wife and I, that's grammatically correct, spend watching films. So I just thought, today, since we're on a roll of talking about American Christmas related things, I want to talk today about sort of the American films that I absolutely love to watch at Christmas Eve. Now, they're not going to be in order of preference or anything like that. I'm just going to get through a list, and I should say that that list is quite limited because there are a lot of films I've never seen. So, for example, I've never seen Miracle on 34th Street. Yes, you can hit me now. Actually, wait until the end of the video, then you can hit my stupid little face, can't you? And equally, I've never seen A Nightmare Before Christmas. I've seen Elf, but didn't really get into it. I know I'm going to get killed in the comments for that. But of course, this isn't about films that didn't appeal to me or the ones that I haven't seen. It's about the ones that I have seen and that I love. So, without further ado, let's get going. I don't care what anybody says about this. It is a Christmas film, okay? It's set at Christmas, first and foremost. There's a big Christmas tree in it. There's Christmas music in it. That's what they play out to, is Christmas music. But the real giveaway, the big giveaway that no one ever talks about, is that there's a very German element to this film. And we all know that the Germans do Christmas better than anybody else, with their upside-down Christmas trees and their Christmas markets and all of that. Now, don't get blinded by the fact that the Germans, in this case, are terrorists. I mean, let's be honest about it, and the fact that there's a lot of machine gunnery and explosions. That's the average Christmas in my house, I can tell you it's not. That would be, I'm not implicating Tara in any kind of crime syndicate, but I think for me the fact that there's violence in it should not mean that it can't be a Christmas film. And I think wholeheartedly people are just led to believe it's not a Christmas film because there's no kind of Christmas paraphernalia on the DVD case, and the film did come out in the summer, admittedly, but so did a lot of other Christmas films, genuine Christmas films. So I'm not even sure you can hold that as kind of the argument against Die Hard being a Christmas film. And it's just a bloody good film, isn't it? I mean, it sort of set the bar in that kind of suspense action thriller genre in the 80s. And I'm not sure that that kind of film has been bettered. And a quick plug to Die Hard 2 as well, which technically is a Christmas film for all the same reasons. And I like that one as well, just not as good as the original. And you could say the same about the next film, which has a sequel that isn't quite as good as the original. The original being... I bloody love Gremlins, and again, you might, because it's sort of violent in nature. It's not really. It's comical. It's tongue-in-cheek violence. You might make the case though that is also not a Christmas film. But for some of the reasons that I laid out in the last entry, it is a Christmas film. It's set at Christmas. There's Christmas music again. There's even Christmas lights. The Gremlins, I believe, tie up Gizmo in them at some point, and it's just an adorable film with phenomenal music in it. And I will admit, I'll hold my hands up. I think that a portion of me really loves that film because of nostalgia. It's a film that I grew up with as a child. I was a very small child watching Gremlins because that's the kind of parents I have. I'm kidding, Mum. And as we established, it's not true violence. It's tongue-in-cheek violence, and it's just a really good film. I think it's a sad film. As a lot of the best Christmas films are, including Die Hard. We're all sad when Hans Gruber. No, just me. Okay, so I think it holds pride and place up there, and I think I've just made the decision that I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to force the wife to watch it tonight, as well as Die Hard. So, no? All right, then. She's not up for that. Miracle on 34th Street? Yeah, again, and a nostalgia kicking in a little bit with this one as well. And I'll give you a confession here. I'm not the biggest fan of slapstick. In fact, I kind of detest slapstick, if I'm completely honest with you. And I know that Home Alone is rife with it. You've got Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, and they're bumping into things and getting irons thrown on their head, and it's all comedy capers and lots of screaming and all of that. Not really my cup of tea. If you were to introduce me to Home Alone today for the first time, I'd say, no, get out now and show me a better film. film like Citizen Kane, which, as I established, I've never seen. But that said, I think it's like a lot of films. It benefits from a brilliant John Williams score, without which it would only be half the film it is. Although I could argue the same thing about Star Wars, honestly. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I'm an even bigger John Williams fan, I think. And so I think what he does is really elevate this film. You know, and it is a film with a good heart to it, I think, as well. And it's silly. We all know it's silly. And I've just realised, actually, it's another film with an inferior sequel. I'm spotting a pattern here. And between you and me, it's a little known fact that that pattern almost extended to our final entry. That's right. It's a Wonderful Life, an absolutely classic American Christmas film, but it almost had an absolutely terrible sequel until it was cancelled. Thank goodness. Check that one out on the Googles. Just Google it. But yes, It's a Wonderful Life. I think I said this in a recent video. It came to me rather late in life, sometime around the time that I moved to the United States. I may already have been living here when I watched it for the first time. Can't quite recall. I've had a lot of eggnog since then and plenty of other alcohol. But it is marvellous. It's such a good film. All of the banks in Bedford Falls are struggling, and there's this character, Mr. Potter, the millionaire of the town, who's looking to buy out all of these banks and leave everybody in ruins or penniless, including George Bailey, who's trying to save his loan company. And I think you just have to see it, if you haven't already, to get the magic of the film and the sort of loveliness of the community coming together in that film, in Bedford Falls. But I won't ruin it any further than that. All that to say that it's become one of my favourite American films. I mean, it slots perfectly alongside Die Hard, doesn't it? Don't answer that. And is a classic. I mean, sometimes people, when they're creating their top 100 American films of all time, Christmas or otherwise, that film is often included in there. I mean, it really is that good. Although, of course, initially it didn't do so well at the box office, singular for some reason, and only really gained traction in the United States due to a clerical error that meant that the copyright sort of ran out, I believe, and so the television networks were able to show it copyright free, and so they showed it to death, and people just lapped it up, and it became that sort of holiday tradition, that Christmas holiday tradition, that you would watch It's a Wonderful Life. And it is a wonderful life. I'm starting to believe this. I have during Vlogmas, and that's it. I wish I had more. Perhaps over the course of the next year, or probably this time next year, I will sit down to watch some more American films so that I have a broader array from which to draw. But for now, I'm going to go through there, convince the wife that Die Hard is a Christmas film, and that Die Hard is a Christmas film she's going to watch tonight, because she will. All right, that's it from me. Have a wonderful Christmas day, and I will see you, well, I'll see you tomorrow, actually, because I have to. That's Vlogmas. Bye! I'm a right daft plonker, so this whole time I thought that Vlogmas ran through Christmas Day, that you actually put an episode out on Christmas Day, and because of that I actually filmed the Christmas Day episode this weekend, thinking that today's video would be the penultimate episode, so that means you get one more episode of me tomorrow. I break the rules, I don't make them, or is it the other way around? No, I break them. So, Merry Christmas. Let me know below what you think of this list. Let me know if I should watch Miracle on 34th Street or reappraise Elf. I'm probably not going to. And have a great Christmas and all of that. And don't forget, you can become a patron of this channel. It's not too late. It's never too late. At patreon.com/lostinthepond. Just like these fine folks to the right. If you like this video about Christmas films, why not check out this video about films that turned me on to America? And like I said in the video, if you like what you see here, then you need some friends. But you also need to slap and hit and punch and whatever my stupid little face. Kick it. Give it a real hard kick. Just press it. And then you can subscribe. All right, Merry Christmas. Good night. Good evening. Good afternoon. Wherever you are. Have a good one.